since the November attacks left nearly 100 people dead and countless more severely injured. And as Christmas Eve dawns, hundreds of families displaced by the mass evacuation of London seek shelter in refugee camps inside the very reconstruction. The government has today announced plans for major reconstruction to commence in the new year. In the meantime, those unfortunately affected by the disaster have been urged to act in keeping with the spirit of the Blitz. In his press statement this morning,
What sort of tea did you have in mind?
I honestly don't care as long as it's not your decaffeinated muck.
Fine.
Just to warn you both, because of the after effects of that imposter's tampering with my TARDIS, we may, just possibly, have overshot your native time limit.
Oh no, how much by?
Oh, don't worry, it's just a teeny-weeny couple of days.
Oh, that's alright then.
Well, actually, it may have been a couple of weeks.
Hang about. They're playing Christmas songs on the radio.
When I said a couple of weeks, it's more like, give or take, a whole month. It's Christmas Eve today.
Christmas Eve?
Yep.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
You see, I hear Centauri 7 is particularly pretty this time of year.
You can't just run off and leave us here.
Well, why not? I won't be gone long.
Well, there's stuff.
Yes, there's stuff. Look, listen to me, Meg. Stuff is boring. I don't like to stick around for stuff, because stuff always boils down to milky tea and awkward questions. Care to explain how you let jelly monsters over on London, Doctor? For example. Or, what's this about an abandoned Dalek spaceship in orbit, Doctor? It's boring and tedious and I just don't care for it.
At the very least, you must stay for Christmas dinner.
Ugh, that's the last straw. I do not do Christmas dinner. I'm leaving. Good day.
Doctor! Doctor! You come back here right this instant! Do you hear me? Doctor!
If only in my dream.
Christmas dinner. Paper hats. Brussels sprouts. Blah. I'd much rather mud wrestle a Drashig. Right then, off to Centauri 7. Error? What's wrong with Centauri 7? What? What?
Greetings, Doctor.
You?
If you're hearing this and somehow you've managed to defeat me, so on the off chance, I let you a little present so the TARDIS's eye of harmony has just been primed for total temporal implosion. Enjoy it as few seconds, Doctor.
Just once, I'd like a trip in the TARDIS to not end without...
Meg, the kettle's boiled.
Hey, Dad.
Your mug's on the side. Penny for them.
For what?
Your thoughts. I mean, something's obviously bothering you.
Yeah, well, there's something I've been meaning to ask you since we got back.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I'm still struggling to come to terms with you being, well, an alien. It's because fundamentally, you're not really my dad, are you?
Not as such, no.
You're one of the things that killed him.
If you're going to split hairs, then yes, I am. But everything that your father was, memories, personality, everything, I still have.
Yeah? What about the other poor saps you've got swimming around in there?
How do you mean?
If you're really a Jellian, then the minds of everyone who died in the November attacks are in your head. That's... How can you cope?
Listen, Meg, it's not like that.
Take your blasted tea.
Wait, Meg! Come back, please! I'm sorry, Meg!
don't believe it. It actually worked. Reversing the temporal flow and riding the shockwave out of the vortex worked like a charm. And being deposited in Victorian London by the look and smell of things. That was some clever thinking there, Doctor, even if I say so myself.
Excuse me, sir. Did you say you were a doctor?
I really need to stop talking to myself. I am, and you are...
It would be a lot quicker if we just stepped in here.
Really, I'm rather busy.
Please, Doctor, my patient needs urgent assistance.
Fine. What are we doing in here?
Please follow me. This is Hoxton Square Sanatorium. I am the owner and chief medical officer, Professor Albion.
Do sanatoriums usually have one of those dinky little bells on the door? Bit on the small side too, don't you think? And I don't care much for the decor either.
Funding is short, as is my time, Doctor.
Well, as an expert in time, I beg to differ.
Not a medical doctor, then. Confound it!
When I say that, I mean I am an expert in lots of things, actually. Time being just one of them.
Very well, Doctor. I would have you put your expertise to use. On the other side of this door, we have a man in the throes of acute post-traumatic hysteria. He witnessed a close friend of his dashed to pieces under the wheels of a steam locomotive.
Oh, crumbs.
Indeed, it's vitally important we prevent him from having another fit. For his sake, and quite possibly for the country's.
Why? Who is this?
What's up with you, man? Don't you read the papers?
Very occasionally.
Every man, woman and child in London knows the face of Dr. John Watson.
Okay, yeah, to me, to you, to me. What have you checked the turkey? Be careful with the tips. I'm fine here. Find the china vase. The cranberry sauce. Got the crackers down. Hey, you didn't ask me to do it. You asked the other one to do it. Oh, come on now, Priceless crockery coming. How do you think a Christmas tree looks? No, you can't just morph into a Christmas tree. That's cheating.
What the hell is going on in here?
Hello, Meg. Hey, Meg.
Oh, I can't. What are you doing?
Well, I had an idea when I was playing the parsley this morning. Saves a lot of time.
See, I accidentally cut myself. Quite badly. I severed my finger.
Wait, you did what?
It's alright though. Within a couple of seconds, it started growing into a new me. So I thought to myself, hang on a minute. This will make decorating for Christmas a piece of cake.
Can't go around doing that. Suppose someone walked in and...
Yeah, I suppose that is a problem.
I don't know if you realise how big a problem, Dad. For a start, what happens if UNIT find out? That's both of us out of a job. And what if they take you away? Stick you in a lab somewhere and do experiments on you? I can't bear to think of it.
Oh, Megan, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking.
I'm sorry I flipped out earlier.
It's perfectly understandable. From what I've heard, life always gets stressful with the doctor.
But hadn't you already met him? When he arrived under the bridge, he mentioned...
I only met him briefly. Like he said, it was in Tooting Bec Station. It was about 8:30 at night. Hardly anyone around. I just got off the tube from a conference at HQ. Stepping onto the platform, when out of the shadows, lunges this great big furry thing. I managed to duck out of its way, and its momentum carries it into a pillar. As it comes back into the light, I see it clearly. That's when I know I'm in serious trouble. Everyone in UNIT gets briefed about the Yetis.
Excuse me? Yes, you, tall, furry and robotic. I've been looking for you. Hello there, I'm the doctor, but as you're wearing a UNIT uniform, you probably already know that. Don't worry, this is a pretty defective bunch of Yeti, easily frightened by some high-frequency noise. The great intelligence must be getting desperate. Oh, you'll need these.
What's this?
An etheric beam locator wrapped in a piece of paper with my mobile phone number on it. Figured UNIT might need a better way of contacting me than your usual cloak and dagger routine. Anyway, must dash. Come on, you great ugly brute, follow me. That's not Dr. Watson.
I can assure you it is.
I have met Dr. Watson. Or, you know, the man who that name was invented to protect. You see, Arthur Conan Doyle invented the name Sherlock Holmes and Watson when he fictionalized the adventures of...
I'm not sure what delusion you're under, Doctor.
He said Holmes.
But Sherlock Holmes and John Watson are very well known in this country, I can tell you.
Is it possible? Have I jumped a time track?
What are you blathering on about?
I shouldn't be here.
I'm beginning to suspect...
Oh, shut up a second! I'm in the wrong timeline, don't you see?
Not really.
Recently, a very spiteful person sabotaged my conveyance in an attempt to kill me. I managed to avert a major catastrophe, but in doing so I must have ruptured the fabric of time. Falling through a crack in the very walls of reality, I ended up here, in a wrong Victorian London. With me so far?
No, but there is a very nice padded cell just down the corridor, should you want it. I can summon the warden.
I have no idea what my presence could do to this reality. For all I know, just by being here, I might be causing untold damage. For a start, anyone with a passing knowledge of literature knows that Sherlock Holmes doesn't die falling off a train.
He doesn't?
No.
Oh.
I can't help your patient in the way you want me to, Professor. But I can try to undo whatever disturbances I've already set in motion. A good day to you, Professor. I'll bid you adieu now.
Wait! You can't just leave. Sir, your mental faculties are evidently severely impaired. Come.
Won't make it to the roof of the carriage, Holmes.
Why not, Burroughs?
Because I'm going to throw you from the train first.
Come on, old girl, work with me. I know you're shaken up. Finding yourself in a different universe can do that. But now is not the time to start acting up, honestly.
I will defeat you, Holmes.
This thuggish fighting is rather beneath
Well,
us.
what would you suggest instead?
A sword fight would seem more becoming of men of our stature.
There's the train. We've nearly caught up. Oh my god! Oh, I probably should really have spotted that tree. Right, we're level with the train. Let's hope this works.
Oh God! How about his way?
Here goes nothing. Okay, this plan needs a rethink.
The train's approaching the Reichenbach tunnel. Get down quickly!
All I'm asking you to do is extend the external force field a bit.
What the dickens is going on?
I have no idea, Holmes. Although this is all rather peculiar.
That's quite the understatement. As if time itself had stopped.
Ah, hello, gentlemen. You must be Sherlock Holmes and... What are you doing here?
Who? Me?
Yes. Oh. I'm sorry, you looked a bit familiar.
No, don't be ridiculous. Why, I've never seen you before in my life.
Yes. Well, anyway, you'll both be happy to hear that I've just saved your lives. So, yay! Right, if you'd both like to accompany me...
Where to?
Well, my means of transport, obviously.
By which you obviously mean that floating blue box over there.
Nice to know you're just as sharp as your non-fictional counterpart.
What?
I believe that was sarcasm, Holmes, which you'd have figured out if you was...
Hang on a second, this isn't Centauri 7.
Doctor!
Oh, hi, Meg.
You're just in time.
Just in time for what? Oh no.
Just in time for Christmas dinner, of course. Care for some more mulled wine, Doctor?
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, Doctor, your paper hat's fallen in the bread sauce. Can't we take you anywhere?
So where was it that you went again?
Got sidetracked in an alternate Victorian London, ended up saving Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes from perishing under the Orient Express.
Sounds like fun.
No, it was a bit boring, really. Now, the time I ended up in a rugby match with a bunch of Sontarans, that was fun. Well, obviously it was easier for them. They were used to planets with a higher gravity than average, so they had a somewhat unfair advantage. Anyway, I dodged a flying tackle and punted the ball halfway across the pitch, which was no mean feat, I can tell you. Hang on a second, this isn't Centauri 7.
Doctor!
Oh, hi, Meg.
You're just in time. Sorry.